This is John Black, Super Chemist, here to show my new lab DC source. This is my old one right here. You can see pretty nice, but it only goes up to 3 amps. See what I'm saying? Now 3 amps, it's gonna take you about 9 hours to do 1 mole of reduction or oxidation. So I bought some stuff here. I got some electrodes, some carbon electrodes. Got a bunch of them. And of course you get these electrodes, alligator clips. I mean, these clip into the machine. And here it is. Oh, it's got some little things in here for it, little attachments or whatever. Actually, I already had this out, playing with it. I can see I got some dirt on it. As you can see, it's a better machine, definitely. You got your plugs, you got your knobs. The reason why they put 2 knobs on for the voltage and 2 knobs on for the amperage is one, usually the one on the right, is the knob that you're supposed to use, and then the one on the left, that's for tweaking it. You know what I mean? Let's say you want 12.2 volts. So you use this and you get close to it. You know what I mean? Then you use this to fine tune it, because this doesn't, you turn this, it barely does anything. You know what I mean? So if you want to fine tune it, you would use that. But this goes up to 30 amps. Not no 3 amps. They both go up to 30 volts. But the amps is what makes your speed on, how fast you're going to get something, electrolysis, how fast you're going to do it. Volts is meaningless. Amps is what does it, you know what I mean? Since about, remember my video, there's only one reaction in chemistry, and that's electron transfer. That's it. So this has 30 amps. Now, instead of 9 hours of doing a mole, this can do it in 0.9 hours. Now, that's doable. That's doable, okay? Now, one thing I want you to know about these used to be really expensive, right? This actually costs just as much as this 3 amp one that I have, okay? But I bought the 3 amp one like 5 years ago. This I just got. These are now accessible. They're cheap to buy, okay? This cost me 180 bucks. 5 years ago, this was a $500 to $1,000 piece of equipment, okay? So I don't know what the deal is. Maybe because of the internet, more people buy it, have access to it. But this is the perfect time to buy it, because unless you have at least 10 amps, and this has 30 would be best. 3 amp machine, it doesn't do anything. I mean, you're going to be there for 9 hours to do a mole? That's crazy talk. That's just crazy talk. No. But this machine, you can do organic reductions and oxidations. It doesn't have to just be making salts or metals, you know what I mean, or halogens or something. You can actually make stuff with this. And I'll show you, like Colby electrolysis. You can actually make rings of hydrocarbons. You can make hydrocarbons itself from carboxylic acids. I wanted to make some hexane, cyclohexane rather. And like I said, you can make alkanes with it. There's a bunch of stuff you can make. It's just to name a couple things off the top of my head. You can reduce alkenes to alkanes, meaning double bonds down to single bonds. I'm guessing nitro groups you can reduce down to amines. I don't know though about these things. I got to, you know, the Colby one, yeah, that's for sure, where you can make alkanes out of carboxylic acids, and you can make rings from the Colby experiment. But I don't know about these alkenes down to alkanes, but I'm going to try it. Also, nitro groups, I'm going to try to reduce those. There's a bunch of organic stuff that you can do with this. Like methylamine, most people make it from formaldehyde or formalin. Uh, Obviously, formaldehyde is a crappy chemical, and it's hard to get, hard to make. And even when you do make it, it's nasty. You can use a hydrogen bomb and get some nitromethane, which is just basically RC fuel, right, for radio-controlled cars. Um, Distill out the methanol and the nitromethane, throw it in the vessel, put some pressure under it with some rainy nickel or Russia bred nickel or something like that, maybe palladium or platinum or something, and put some pressure on it and heat it up and you know, shake it and stir it, and you'll make methylamine without having to need any hard to get chemicals like formaldehyde. No nasty chemicals. It's the same way with this. You might be able to do the same thing. Go get RC fuel. Anyone can get, you know, it's just fuel for your toy. You know, it's toy fuel, for God's sakes. Distill out the nitromethane and somehow reduce it with this. You know, on the cathode end of the machine. I don't know how to do it, or you know what I mean, but I'm going to figure it out. I do know that. That way you can easily get RC fuel, right? Use this instead of formaldehyde. Reduce it down to your methylamine. Should be that simple. You probably need some kind of analyte or catholyte, and you know, a membrane in there, so you know, you're not letting your stuff you make touch the anode. But there's I could go on forever telling you about organic stuff that you can oxidize and reduce using this machine that doesn't take any nasty chemical. You know what I mean? You're using electricity. So, anyways, this is, as long as you have 10 or 30 amps, yeah, you can make stuff. 3 amps, oh, and it's garbage. But anyways, you're going to see I'm going to make some stuff with this. I got some porcelain glasses that I'm sanding down the outside of it so that it's just the porcelain inside, so that I can have a barrier in between the electrodes. So what I'm making, you know, let's say I'm reducing something, I don't want it to get oxidized and go, so I don't want it to touch the anode, and vice versa. If I'm oxidizing something, I don't want it to go over after I make it and be touching the reducer. So I want those electrodes separated, not by charge, but by liquid. You know what I mean? So anyways, I just wanted to show you this. Like I said, I got some great experiments coming up in the winter, and this is definitely going to help me. It's a great oxidizer and reducer. And like I said, this is the perfect time to be buying these because they're finally, you know, accessible. That 3 amp one probably costs right now, instead of 150, which is what I paid, I think they're going for like, you know, 60 bucks or something. I really can't remember those on the 3 amp. But yeah, they were cheap as heck now. So anyways, you all have a great day, and always remember, science is great.